Hey, welcome everyone. I'm Shalini Joshi Amdagni, and this is my weekly Facebook live session. And so, welcome to all of the people who've been, here for a while. If you're new here and we've never met, I'm Shalini Joshi Amdagni, international physical and emotional pain relief expert and a best-selling author. And what I do is help people who are feeling stuck with some kind of pain, chronic pain, who've tried lots of different things and they're not getting the results they want. I help them move from pain to more peace and clarity. And so in these weekly Facebook Live sessions, I'm sharing tips, tools, strategies, information, stories to equip you, so that you have access to tools that, if you want, you can use to help yourselves. And so thank you for joining if you're new here. And today's topic is all about managing your daily energy for sustainable health and well-being. Managing your daily energy for sustainable health and well-being. And one of the things that is like, it's a popular term these days is sustainable, right? Sustainable tourism, sustainable design, sustainable, lifestyle. And so we think when we think of that, we think in terms of sustainable different things, but we never think about sustainable health. And we never think about, sustainable energy for our health issues, right? And that is what the topic is about. And the things we're going to look at today is energy as a key indicator of health, your health, right? Number two is your daily, your daily expenditure, energy expenditure, 4 types of energy management, your daily energy audit, and some questions for reflection. So this is what we're covering today. And if you're joining me live now, come in and say hello. And if you're watching on replay, that's okay. Come in and say hello anyway. It's always good to know. I was at a women's empowerment drive this weekend, and this lady came up to me and she said, I've been watching all your videos and I really like them, but she never commented here. I would never know. So it was interesting. So if you come here, it's always fun to know that, someone's getting some benefit out of watching this. If you're brave enough, if you're not shy, come and say hello. So let's, one of the, we never really ask, like, hey, how was your energy today? Or how was your energy yesterday? Or how's your energy been this past month? Because your energy is really a key indicator of your health, right? You know, when we say, I'm feeling really high, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling, energized, I have so much energy. Well, that means you're in a good place. And so obviously your health is also bound to do well when you're in a good energetic space, right? Einstein said it, everything is energy. But we don't tend to think of ourselves as energy beings. And I was, watching a YouTube video by Dr. Bruce Lipton, who's, written some amazing books. And one of my favorite books is The Biology of Belief. It's a fascinating book about how your beliefs, can create biological changes. I mean, go and read it if you're interested. I'm not going to go in there, but I watched a video of him on YouTube, and he was talking about, how we have our money checkbooks, right? And just because we have an empty checkbook that we can write checks to anyone and anywhere, we don't go around in our lives with our checkbooks and just randomly sign a checkbook to the first person we meet, or the first whatever. Like, we don't just randomly do that, right? Because you would finish up the checkbook very quickly, because you've got only one checkbook, right? And so you will be more picky about signing the checks and spending that money. But when he was talking about how we ourselves are energy checkbooks, right? And whatever we focus on, we're writing a check in that direction. So if you're focusing on things that are not going well in your life, or you're unhappy, you're writing a checkbook. You're writing a checkbook. You're writing a checkbook. You're writing a check from your checkbook, from your energy checkbook, and without even a thought like, this conversation is upsetting me, I should not focus here. This thought is draining me, I should not. But we don't do that, right? We are not so conscious and we are not so aware. But that's exactly what we are doing every time we focus on something we don't like, or we are unhappy with, or we are angry about. We're writing checks, energy checks. And after a while, you find that you are, feeling energy, your energy is depleted, and you're not having fun, and you're in pain, and you have some sickness or disease, because you've written so many checks without even realizing that's what you're doing. So I found that really fascinating, and how, we can see what's happening in our health by focusing on what we are doing daily with our energy. And so that's your daily expenses, right? That's your daily. So energy as a key indicator. So if your energy is good, you're doing well, and your work is going good, your health's going good. But if you're not aware of how you are spending your daily energy checks, then it's going to show up in your relationships, in your health, in your workspace, in your productivity, right? And so what are the 4 types of energy management that we need to do, right? So there is spiritual energy, mental energy, emotional energy, and then physical energy. So I wrote it in that order specifically because we are spiritual beings, right? We are essentially spiritual. If you look at the, some of these diagrams on the internet, which show your different bodies, there is the spiritual body, and then the emotional, mental body, and then the emotional body, and the innermost, right, is the core, the physical body. And so the physical body is is impacted by the spiritual, mental, and emotional. And so what you see, what's going on here, is a reflection of the spiritual, mental, emotional body. And so when we talk in terms of managing your daily energy, and your signing the daily energy checks, you have to look at all these areas. So what is the spiritual energy? Is basically, things like, are you feeling connected with yourself, with the universe? Are you feeling like you have meaning and purpose in your life, right? Those are kind of more in the realm of spiritual energy. Mental energy would be your thoughts, your desires, your beliefs, your opinions. And so, okay, Simba here has decided to dig. Hi, Simba. Can you not dig, please? And so, here we go. Yeah, and so the mental energy would be your thoughts, your desires, your goals, right? Emotional energy be your feelings, right? It's I've written some notes here. Here it is. So it's all your emotional, present, past, future experiences, memories, right? And of course, in the realm of emotions are all the feelings that you have, right? So it's fears, worries, doubts, um, and all the gamut of emotions that there is. And then the physical energy is, of course, related to what are you doing physically? Your food, your exercise, your activity, what else? Movement, right? Are you getting enough rest? Are you getting enough sleep? So all that in the physical realm. And so we need to kind of manage all these areas, all these energetic areas of ourselves to have harmony, right? There can never be like perfect balance, but we aim for harmony in these areas, right? Because sometimes you might invest more in the mental, sometimes it's more physical, but you want to have harmony. And so, what are some of the? Have so many of these cards here. So, what are some of the things that drain? I was looking at how you can do a daily energy audit, right? Sorry, it's a bit haphazard here with all these cards. So your daily energy audit, I have a little card here. Here we go. Your daily energy audit. So you want to be aware of, we were talking about signing your daily energy checks, right? So you want to be aware of what activities, what people, what thoughts, what beliefs drain you. So they are like from your energy checkbook, they are like the withdrawal, right? You withdraw money, you withdraw the energy, right? So these are things that withdraw your energy, right? The things, the people in your life that upset you, that put you down, or situations, or experiences, or even maybe it's your physical space, right? It can be your physical space. I don't like where I live, right? So what is draining you and what sustains you? So the thing that sustain us energetically are the deposits, right? The deposits we make. And that could be in all the 4 areas: mental, emotional, physical, spiritual. And so here are some things that usually drain us, right? What drains you? Excessive worry, negative thinking, judging, criticizing, being busy but lacking fun, purpose, meaning in your life, or overcommitting, or being indecisive, or having a cluttered space. Your office is cluttered, your home is cluttered, your rooms are cluttered. So that is also an energy drainer. People who gossip and complain, when when you feel guilty saying no, well, you're draining your energy, because actually you should be saying no, but you're not, right? Self-criticism. So these are things we need to be aware of when we do our daily energy audit. Like, what is draining me out, right? And what's sustaining me? What actions am I doing? What food am I eating? What relationships do I have? What does my work feel fun? Or how can I make work more fun? These are things that add to the energy checkbook, right? Am I creating times for music, dance, or things that I like? Those are deposits you make in your energy checkbook, right? And so you want to be you want to be aware of it. And so let me give you some examples I had written of energy drains and energy sustaining. So I remember daily activities, right? So there was a time in my life when I had just started doing this work, and I thought I need to get out there, and I need to be visible, and I need to network. And I went for so many networking events. I was just talking about this with someone, and I went to lots of different networking events. Was it draining me or was it sustaining me? It was draining me. I was going there collecting a lot of business cards, but nothing really was coming out of it. And I felt like I was wasting time, right? So you have to be aware of the activities you're engaging in and say, is this a drainer or is this a sustainer? Just make that up. Another activity, daily, because we're talking about daily energy audit. Now, I work from home most of the time, and that's a daily thing that I do. Now, does that drain me or sustain me? So interestingly, while I love working from home and having the convenience of doing the Facebook Lives or, reaching out to my clients right from the comfort of my home, I found after a while that it was draining me. Like I felt alone, I felt unhappy, I felt like I have nobody to talk to, and it was just a very lonely road. And so to make this activity sustainable, I decided that every few days I'm going to go down to the coffee club. There's a coffee club right next to my building, and I'm going to work from there. And my God, what a difference that made to my energy. There's people coming, and I don't know if you're aware of coffee clubs. They have like these plugs where people are working on computers, not like a little bit like Starbucks, but it's less busy and less packed. And yet, it was a wonderful environment to sit out there with other people, and it was just a very uplifting feeling to change that daily work from home to somewhere different. So from a drainer, it became a sustainer. I've just created this thing. Another way you can know is, your behavior, right? And so I have kids now who are going to turn 17, and one is 18. And there was a time in my life when I found myself saying the same thing. It's like beating the same drum and nobody's listening, and I'm getting pissed and I'm getting angry and I'm getting agitated and then I had to look at myself and say, is this behavior draining me? Is it helping me? Right? And then you want to change that. So I don't know what's going on with your relationships on a daily basis. Kids are here daily, right? They won't be very soon, which is a sad thing. It's mixed feelings. So anyway, what are your daily relationships? Are they draining you? Do you need to change and have a different group that you hang out with? Or is it a behavior that you need to change, right? Or you need to think differently? So most of the time, we are not aware of what's draining us. And then by the end of the day, we're like, I'm so tired. I'm so exhausted. I feel so weighed down. And we don't know what exactly we did to create that, right? I have so many other relationships. Another example is chronic pain. I remember when I was in, 12 years ago when I was in chronic pain, I went to the hospital here, Bamrungrad Hospital, and I was trying physiotherapy, and I was trying ultrasound therapy, and I was trying hot packs, cold packs, rib belt, neck support. And I was getting so frustrated because I wasn't getting the results that I wanted. And back then, I didn't have all these tools, but was that activity to help myself draining me or sustaining me? And frankly, it was draining me because I wasn't getting the results that I wanted, but I stuck to it. I kept doing it. Every therapy, I went for ultrasound therapy, and really it was not sustaining me in any way. And so I wasn't aware. So I kept, I just kept going back to it. So what are you doing? what are you doing that kind of drains you, right? But you keep going back and you keep doing the same thing, and then you feel exhausted and drained. It's become aware of it and find a way to either fix it or do something different, and try something completely different, like I did, and my life changed, right? Another example is workload. I'm giving you everyday examples, right? And it's just from my life. So there was a time when, I had I had discovered my passion and I wanted to share it, but I was so overwhelmed. Oh my God, now I have to do a website, and how does this work? And how will I send newsletters every month? And how am I gonna send the emails? And what are the different things that make all this happen, right? And so for a while, I was so overwhelmed, I didn't do nothing. And that was draining me because I wanted to be out there, I wanted to share the information, but I didn't know how. And so, it was an energy drainer for me, not taking action until I realized I can outsource this, right? So now I have a VA somewhere Midwest in the US who does all this work for me, right? Who sets up the stuff, and she updates my website, and we coordinate. And so from an energy drainer, right, it became okay. It became fun for me to go out there and do my thing because I had outsourced what wasn't fun for me. And what's not fun for you is a drainer, okay? So here are some examples, and you can, you tune into your own life right now, your daily life, and what are you doing, and what are you thinking, and who are you relating to? Is that uplifting you? Is it draining you? Is it sustaining you, right? Have a thought about it. And then here are some questions for reflection. Okay, where are my questions? Here's the reflective questions. So ask yourself, how's my energy level today? What drained me today? What uplifted me today? What nourished me today? And nourished could be the food that you ate. Was it good? Did it feel good in your body, or do you feel like stuff? Because physical energy is important too, right? It's all the 4 levels. And so what are you doing physically that's nourishing you? Did you go dance? I keep talking about dance because I love dance. Like, that uplifts me, right, on a daily basis. What was something that I did fun that nourished me today, that made me happy today, right? What were the what did I feel satisfaction today? Which is a very, it's spiritual, because when you keep doing things and you feel no satisfaction, one of the 4 energy management areas is suffering, and you need to do something. Because if you keep moving forward, being busy, doing things, being in relationships, being in jobs that don't feel fulfilling and satisfying, it's going to, it's going to drain your energy, right? And what's the deal with your energy being drained is that over time, your immune system is depleted, right? Because you are your spiritual energy, your mental energy, your physical energy, and your emotional energy. And if you are, if the output, if what's draining you, and you don't pay attention to those energy leaks, right? Then if you don't fix the energy leaks, then, over time it's going to build up, and it's going to lower your immunity, and eventually create pain and dis-ease, right? That's what pain and disease is. It's a state of emotional, mental, spiritual pain and ache and unhappiness and dis-ease within that creates the pain and disease on the physical level, right? Hi, Papa, and Jui saying, I can totally relate to what you're saying. Yeah, I'm so glad that it's resonating, right? And so what are the other things? Yeah, who inspired me today? Did I focus on my priorities today? right? And one of the biggest things that drain us is not focusing on ourselves, what's important for us, self-care. So here are some of the things we can do for sustainable health, right? Just about sustainable design, sustainable tourism. Here's sustainable health for you. So on an emotional level, what do we need to do? We need to let go. We need to do more of what we love, right? We need to take care of ourselves, because when you are depleted and drained and you don't have enough energy, you can do very little for others, right? You cannot be productive, you cannot be effective in your relationships, in your work, in your creativity, right? On a mental level, sustainable health is about practicing gratitude every day and saying thank you for what I have already. It's about hanging out with uplifting people. It's about decluttering your thoughts, your negative self-talk, your space. I'm a freak for clearing space. My parents know that. My dad's watching. I need my space to be absolutely, clear and things in order. My kids get sick of me. And so decluttering your space would be part of the physical, sustainable health, right? And what else? Awareness is part of the mental sustainable health. Because if you're not aware, right, then you are signing those energy checkbooks randomly with no idea, and before the end of the day, you feel depleted, right? And what is spiritual? How can you have spiritual sustainable health? Is meditate, quiet time, yoga, connecting and communing in nature, having a sense of meaning, feeling a sense of meaning and purpose in your life. Because when you don't have a sense of meaning and purpose, you feel like you're just drifting aimlessly, and over time, you feel sad and you feel angry and you feel frustrated and you feel dis-ease in one area. Physically, right? What you can do for sustainable health is, hydrating yourself. The biggest thing is having enough water and making sure you are hydrated, because so much of our pains and aches and disease is lack of water. We don't hydrate enough because it kind of like cleanses out, it flushes out all the toxins from our system, right? What are you doing? Are you moving? Are you exercising? Are you dancing? Are you singing? Creativity, and also, are you getting enough rest? Are you getting enough sleep as part of the physical sustained health? If you're always on the go and you're not paying attention and not taking breaks and not resting or pausing, it's going to create an energy drain, right? And eventually it affects the whole system, because you are a physical, emotional, mental, spiritual being. So here are some ways for sustainable health, and I hope, as you move forward on a daily basis, you can, you do a daily energy audit and say, how's my energy today? What drained me today? What uplifted me today? And then shift towards doing more of the things that bring joy and happiness and upliftment, whether it's people, whether it's activities, whether it's your space, right? And take care of all these different levels, so that you can have sustainable health and well-being. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope this was helpful, and I have put a link, or I will put a link above to my other YouTube videos. So if you are here for the first time and you want more, and you want to know how you can have more information, I have a YouTube channel. Simply Google EFT with Shalini, or I'll put the link up there as well, and you'll get a ton more of the videos that I've been doing for over a year. And who knows, what you bump into that might be helpful for you. Thank you so much for joining, and I Wish you a wonderful day ahead. Bye, guys.